You are standing at the threshold of something most people will never glimpse, an invisible turning point where your inner world touches the fabric of creation itself. You have felt it before, the sudden pull, the quiet knowing, the shift no one else can explain. This isn't imagination. This is the moment your thoughts slip beyond your mind and enter the quantum field, the place where possibility becomes form, where timelines rearrange, where your life answers you. Few ever recognize this moment. Even fewer learn to command it. But you are here now, and nothing will ever be the same again. And when I say the field responds before you do, I mean this quite literally. The shift begins in you long before your mind realizes it has already sent a signal. There is a moment, subtle, almost invisible, when something inside you changes direction. A soft release, a tiny expansion, a sigh you don't notice, a thought you don't fully form. And before you can label it, judge it, or doubt it, the quantum field has already received the message. It doesn't wait for your confidence. It doesn't require your clarity. It listens to the language beneath your language, the vibration behind the thought, the meaning behind the feeling. You have experienced this countless times without knowing it. The sudden phone call you were just thinking about, the opportunity that appears the moment you stop obsessing, the answer that arrives before you finish the question. This is not coincidence, this is coherence. The field is not reacting to your mind, it is responding to your frequency, and your frequency shifts before your thoughts catch up. This is why you sometimes feel a change before anything in your life makes sense. You wake up one morning and something feels different, though nothing has changed on the outside. You don't yet have the explanation, but your energy has already rerouted your timeline. You sense it before you see it, because the quantum field moves ahead of your logic. Your future self is already pulling you forward. And here is the paradox. The moment you think you are initiating a desire, you are actually responding to a signal that your energy already sent. You don't manifest from thought. You manifest from the state that gave birth to the thought. This means you are always ahead of yourself, always in motion before you realize you've moved, always crafting the next version of your reality in the quiet, unseen shifts that happen beneath awareness. This is the secret most people never understand. You are not trying to influence the field, you are remembering that you already have. And as you begin to see this, another truth reveals itself. Your inner state is not just a mood, not just a passing emotion. It is the blueprint the quantum field uses to shape what comes next. Most people believe their feelings are reactions to their life, echoes of what has already happened. But in the quantum world, your feelings are instructions, signals, templates. The field reads your state the way an architect reads a design. Before anything appears in your reality, it appears first in you. Think about it. When you move through the world with a sense of openness, possibilities seem to appear out of nowhere. When you feel grounded, people treat you differently. When you embody worthiness, opportunities that once ignored you now turn toward you. This isn't magic, it's resonance. The field organizes itself around the frequency you hold, not the words you speak. And this is why two people can want the same thing, say the same affirmations, take the same actions, yet end up in completely different realities. One is broadcasting coherence, the other is broadcasting conflict. Your state is constantly communicating. When you fear losing something, the field receives a blueprint of loss. When you feel abundant without proof, the field receives a blueprint of abundance. It does not judge you, it does not question you, it simply mirrors you. And here lies the paradox. You cannot fake a state. You can repeat 1,000 affirmations, but if the vibration beneath them is doubt, the field will follow the doubt. You can visualize endlessly, but if your body is still holding old memories of lack, the field will echo the lack. So the real work is not to push harder, not to force belief, not to chase alignment. The real work is to soften into a state that matches the version of you who already has what you are seeking. When your inner world becomes coherent, the outer world cannot resist. It must shift. It must respond. Because in the quantum field, your state is not an effect, it is the cause. And when you understand that your state is the blueprint, you begin to see the next revelation with startling clarity. Every thought you have is not just a passing spark in the brain, it is an act of selection. In the quantum field, nothing is fixed. Everything exists as possibility, stacked in endless layers of timelines, outcomes, and potentials, waiting for your frequency to choose them. This means that each thought is far more powerful than you've ever been taught. You are not creating from emptiness, you are choosing from infinity. But here's the paradox most people miss. A thought is not powerful because of its content. It is powerful because of the state that carries it. A fearful thought collapses a fearful probability. A liberated thought collapses a liberated one. It's not the idea itself, it's the energy behind the idea. The universe is not listening to the words in your mind, it is listening to the vibration beneath them. And so every thought becomes a frequency-based command, a subtle gravitational pull that draws a matching timeline into form. This is why you sometimes think of someone moments before they contact you, why you sense an opportunity before it appears, why one shift in perspective suddenly aligns your entire day. You have collapsed a new possibility without even realizing it. You think you stumbled into synchronicity when in truth you selected it. The moment a thought aligns with a coherent state, when what you think, feel, and radiate fall into harmony, the quantum field responds instantly. It reorganizes, rearranges, recalibrates around the signal you just broadcast. And the beauty is, you don't have to force this. You don't have to chase a perfect mindset. You simply have to recognize that your thoughts are not random, they are invitations. Invitations to realities that already exist. You are never thinking in isolation. You are thinking in collaboration with the field. Every thought is a choice. Every choice collapses a future. And with every collapse, you become the quiet architect of your unfolding timeline. And as you begin to see how each thought selects a timeline, another truth rises to the surface, one that feels both liberating and unsettling. The quantum field is not responding to what you say you want, it is responding to who you believe you are. Your desires are loud, but your identity is louder. You can whisper abundance 1,000 times, but if you move like someone preparing for loss, the field hears the movement, not the words. You can pray for love, but if your body still holds the memory of abandonment, the field reads the memory before it hears the prayer. This is why so many people feel stuck. They think they're blocked because the universe is ignoring them, when in reality the universe is mirroring them with perfect precision. It is not withholding, it is obeying, and that realization can feel like a shock at first, until you understand its power. Because if the field mirrors your identity, then changing your life is not about convincing the universe, it is about becoming a version of yourself. The universe cannot help but respond to. Identity is not a story you tell, it's a frequency you emit. It's the tone of your presence, the pattern of your nervous system, the quiet assumptions you carry without noticing. When you shift that, when you embody worthiness instead of reaching for it, when you walk as if you are already chosen, already supported, already aligned, the field must meet you there. It cannot do anything else. Coherence pulls coherence. Embodiment pulls reality into shape. And here is the paradox that dissolves the struggle. You don't have to earn a new identity. You simply have to stop clinging to the old one. The moment you stop arguing for who you used to be, the quantum field effortlessly reconnects you to who you actually are, the self that already holds the life you're trying to manifest. You don't step into a new timeline. Your true timeline steps into you. And once you understand that the field mirrors your identity, the next revelation becomes almost inevitable. The moment you release your grip on the outcome, everything accelerates. Not because you've stopped caring, but because you've stopped interfering. You see, attachment is not desire. It is resistance wrapped in hope. It is the silent belief that what you want is not yet yours, that you must hold tightly or it will slip away. And the quantum field responds to that tension as clearly as a command. It hears the strain, the fear, the energetic clenched fist, and mirrors that back as delay. But detachment is not indifference. It is not giving up. It is the deep embodied knowing that the version of you who already has what you want exists right now, alive in another layer of possibility. When you detach, you stop trying to drag that version toward you and instead shift into its frequency. You stop pleading and start resonating. You stop pushing and begin receiving. And paradoxically, the moment you no longer insist on how or when something must arrive, the field finally has the space to move. Think of how many times in your life the moment you surrendered, the moment you said, "Fine, I'm done stressing about this," something broke open. A call came, a solution appeared. A door you never noticed swung wide. It wasn't coincidence, it was coherence returning. Your release removed the static that was blocking the signal. And what's even more mysterious is that the field responds not just to your thoughts about letting go, but to the feeling of it, the genuine exhale, the softening of the mind, the unclenching of the heart. When you detach, your energy shifts from "I don't have it" to "I am aligned with it." And that shift collapses a timeline faster than any ritual or technique ever could. Detachment is not a loss of control. It is the moment you remember you were never manifesting through control in the first place. You were manifesting through coherence, through being, through allowing the version of you that already exists to finally reach you. And when you finally release your grip and let the field move freely, something extraordinary begins to happen. Something most people never realize is even possible. You stop living as a reactor to your life and begin living as the force that generates it, not through effort, not through control, through a kind of inner alignment so precise, so coherent, that reality cannot help but reorganize around you. This is the moment when you cross the invisible threshold from hoping to creating, from wanting to becoming. It is subtle at first, almost unnoticeable. You start seeing small signs, synchronicities, effortless openings, an intuition that feels more like remembering than guessing. But soon you'll realize the truth: you are no longer chasing outcomes, you are causing them. This is the paradox of the quantum field. The moment you stop trying to change reality, reality begins to change around you. The moment you stop asking for proof, life starts offering it. The moment you stop searching for signs, synchronicities begin multiplying with almost playful precision. You begin to feel as if something is responding to you, moving with you, anticipating you. And it is. The field is no longer ahead of you or behind you. It is moving with you because you have become coherent with the version of yourself that already exists within it. And here's the part that feels almost sacred. When you reach this state, manifestation is no longer a technique. It is no longer something you do. It becomes a consequence of who you are. Your presence becomes the catalyst. Your energy becomes the directive. Your identity becomes the initiating signal that bends timelines and rearranges possibilities. You think less and receive more. You push less and attract more. You effort less and become more. In this moment, you are not borrowing power from the universe. You are remembering that you are part of the very field you once tried to command from the outside. And when your consciousness and the quantum field move as one, reality stops being something that happens to you. It becomes something that responds to you, something that unfolds from you, something that is shaped by the very awareness with which you observe it. This is the point where everything changes, because this is the point where you change.